day 9 of the Seek Him First Book of Mormon Challenge. So today we're in chapter 8, and one of these days we need to combine a chapter, so it's hurting my OCD that we are on day 9 but in chapter 8. So we're going to combine one of these days. Anyway, getting right into it. So Lehi has another vision. And what a privilege to be part of this family where your father is having vision after vision after vision. And these visions are paramount to the gospel and relating them back to our lives. And speaking on likening the scriptures, I think it's notable to say that God is wanting us to see very extreme examples of good and bad. A lot of the Holy Scriptures are showing us the extreme examples. I mean, even in Lehi's family, Nephi is very righteous and very good at being obedient to his father's teachings and seeking them out for himself, where there's a big contrast with Laman and Lemuel's reaction to their father. And so I think, with likening the scriptures to ourselves, of course I see my Laman and Lemuel tendencies, and of course I see my Nephi tendencies. And with starting this challenge, I see myself trying to be more like Nephi, where I'm not hiding my light under a bushel, and I want to share my light and what I think about the gospel, because this is very important to me. And I want to, just like this vision, I want to share the light that I've gained because I care. I see how much it's changed me and given me happiness and peace. And just like the tree of life, that is what Lehi wants for his children. He wants the best for them. And so going into the great and spacious building, it's the contrast of having the gospel versus not. So the great and spacious building, this is opinion. This is my opinion. So the great and spacious building is the very most wicked of the world. And it talks about how they're wearing very beautiful clothing, and I think of this as the very elites, the celebrities. The great and spacious building to me is the unattainable of the world, and it's the adversary wanting us to envy at what we can never have, the unattainable. And so it talks about the people trying to get to the great and spacious building but never get there. They either drown in the fountains or they wander off in forbidden paths. So that's, I think, most of society. The people who haven't found the gospel or Jesus Christ, they're wandering off in forbidden paths and they're trying to find their own way and get lost. And the people in the great and spacious building are mocking and laughing at the people eating the fruit. And those are the people trying to follow God's path. It talks about the fruit being white and the most desirable over any other fruit. And Lehi naturally wants to share that with his family, knowing that it is the best and it is the ultimate happiness. And he sees that Nephi and Sam take very well to the gospel and the fruit, and that his other sons, Laman and Lemuel, do not. They do not take well to it. And that scares him. As a tender parent, he goes to them after this vision and pleads with them and preaches to them and wants to see their hearts soften. So we see that contrast again. So in this story, I think it's really important not to covet after what we don't have. I think it's important to note to be grateful and thankful for what we do have, and to be okay with living a little bit more humble, and to not always be seeking for what we can't have and the riches and the wealth. And I think a lot of the songs these days in society glorify sin and glorify what we cannot have. And I think that's what this story is teaching me this time around. So what did you guys get out of this?